Continue with our SNAP 2023 crash course. Today we will be looking at geometry and we will be solving questions related to triangles, okay, and quadrilaterals, circles, mensuration, 2D, 3D. So the weightage of geometry in SNAP is on an average. So you can expect 2 to 3 questions from this particular area, okay. So it's not a very heavy topic like arithmetic or algebra, but it is an important topic. So what all things we get in geometry? So we get lines and angles, polygons, triangles, circles, quadrilaterals, solids. And when we're talking about solids, we're talking about 2D and 3D solids. So let's revise quickly some of the formulas. So the first one is about polygons. So in a polygon, sum of all the interior angles of a polygon is given as 180 degrees into n minus 2, where n minus 2 is in bracket. Here n denotes the side or the vertices. Please do remember, in a closed figure, the number of sides and number of vertices are always equal to each other. There should not be even any overlapping of the sides. So wherever you see the letter n, it always denotes the number of sides or vertices. The second is each interior angle of a regular polygon is the same formula as we have just seen, divided by n. So we will be having n minus 2 into 180 degrees whole divided by n. So looks like here the degree is a typo. It looks like 1800. So let's change it to degrees. I hope now this looks good. Okay. Now, sum of exterior angles of a convex polygon is always fixed. It's always 360 degrees. So whether you take a triangle, any quadrilateral, any pentagon, any hexagon, even a circle, the sum of exterior angles is always 360 degrees. Now, if you talk about a regular polygon, then each interior exterior angle is also going to be same. It is going to be the same 360 degrees divided by n. So you can see that if you compare the first and the second formula, it's divided by n. If you compare the third and the fourth formula, this is also divided by n. Now, the number of diagonals in a convex polygon is given as n into n minus 3 whole divided by 2. Next, let's look at triangles. Area of a triangle, if you talk about a scaling triangle, the best way to calculate area of a scaling triangle is using Heron's formula, where it is given as whole under root s times s minus a, s minus b, s minus c, where s is the semi-perimeter, given that if the three sides are given of a scaling triangle. But sometimes we do have scaling triangles whose areas can be calculated, which are right angle triangles. So if a right angle triangle exists where the sides are, of course, except for isosceles right angle triangle, every right angle triangle is scale in nature. So it is given as half into base into height, which will be rather easier. We don't have to use Heron's then. For an equilateral triangle, the area is given as root 3 by 4 times side square. So root 3 by 4 times a square. Okay, a standard formula to calculate area of an equilateral triangle. Next, if two sides and the included angle between them is given, then the area is given as half AB sine theta, where theta is the angle between the two sides A and B. If a right angle triangle is given, it is given as half into base into height, right? So hypotenuse has to be ignored. If you talk about a right angle triangle, the in radius of a right angle triangle is given as the sum of altitude plus base, the sum of altitude and base minus hypotenuse whole divided by 2, while the circumradius of a right angle triangle is half the hypotenuse. Now, if you talk about circles, the perpendicular distance from the center to a chord, it always bisects the chord. This is the first important property. The second is the angle subtended by arc or the chord at the center is 2 times the angle subtended by the same arc or the chord on the circumference of the circle on the same side. Okay. So let's quickly recall this. So if we have a circle and if we have a chord, and then if we happen to drop a perpendicular here, so it will bisect the chord. This is the first one. If we talk about the second one, if you have a circle and then if you have a chord, then this chord is going to subtend an angle which is going to be 2 times the angle it subtends on the circumference on the same side. This is the reason why angle in a semicircle is always on the circumference is always a right angle triangle, because if I take a semicircle, then one of the sides or the length of the chord is the diameter, which is 180 degrees. So half of that will be 90, which will be on the circumference. About the tangents and secants, the property is from any external point, we can draw only 2 tangents from the same point, of course. Otherwise, on a circle, there are infinite tangents possible. And the length of both the tangents are always going to be same. The next is if a straight line is drawn as a tangent to a circle. So if we draw a tangent here, and then if we happen to join the radius, so they are going to be perpendicular. So the radius is going to be perpendicular to the tangent where it meets the circle. Okay. Let's look at the questions now. Good evening, Tanisha. Ha, Kushal, this is for all the exams, not just for ZAT. This is there for SNAP as well. I mean, geometry sabhi mein hai. Yeah, good evening, Harsh. Good evening, Sonali. Vrinda, you need not have to be brilliant in geometry. You should know the basic properties and the basic formula to solve most of the questions. Okay. The first question is, the ratio of the length, breadth and height of a cuboid is 7:5:3 respectively. If the volume of the cuboid is 6720 excuse me, cubic units, find the sum of its length and breadth. Very straightforward question. The volume of the cuboid is given. So the volume will be 7 times x into 5 times x into 3 times x, right? Length into breadth into height. And this is given as 6720. So this will turn out to be 105 x cube, that is 6720. Or we will have x cube is equal to 6720 upon 105, which will go 630, 420. So 64 times. So we will get the value of x is equal to 4. As in, the length is 7 into 4, 28. The breadth is 5 into 4, 20. The height is 3 into 4, 12. Now, what is the sum of its length and breadth? Sum of length and breadth is 28 plus 20, which is 48. Right? Very straightforward. You should simply know that the volume is given as the product of the 3 dimensions of a cuboid or a cube. Okay, next question. In triangle ABC, line PQ is drawn parallel to the side BC such that P lies on side AB and Q lies on the side AC. If the area of the trapezium formed by the points PQCB is 52 square units and the lengths of the sides BC and PQ are 7 and 6 units respectively, find the area of the triangle APQ. Right? So this is a question which will require 3-4 things. The first thing is, yes, this is the triangle ABC. Then the line is drawn, which is PQ, and it is parallel to it. Now, if it is PQ is parallel to BC, this means that it will use basic proportionality theorem, as in AP and AB will be in the same ratio as AQ and AC. Okay. So we will have AP upon AB, that will be same as AQ upon AC, which will be same as PQ upon BC, which will be same as if I drop a perpendicular here, and let's say it meets the point at R and S. So we will have that is same as AR upon AS. In other words, triangle APQ and triangle ABC are going to be similar. Now, the dimensions that are known as PQ is 6, BC is 7, right? ये हमें पता है. And it is also given that the area of this particular trapezium PQCB is given as 52 square units. In other words, half into sum of parallel sides into perpendicular distance between them. This is given as 52. So if we solve this, we will have RS as 13 into 4, 13 into 8, ka half 52. So RS is going to be 8. Right? Okay. So if we look at AS, can we say AS is equal to AR plus 8? And this is given as 6:7, right? So if we try to find it, if we multiply it, we will get 6 times AR plus 48 is equal to 7 times AR, or we will get the value of AR is equal to 48. Now, once we get the value of AR is equal to 48, we can calculate the area of this triangle APQ. Area of the triangle will be given as half into base into height. So this will result in 3 times 48, which is nothing but 144 square units. Right? Next question. How many regular polygons are there whose number of diagonals are greater than 35 and less than 65? In other words, we are given n into n minus 3 upon 2 should be greater than 35 and should be less than 65. Or we are given n into n minus 3 should be greater than 70 and should be less than 130. So if you look at this, can I write 70 as some number into a number 3 less than it? Bilkul. I can write this as 10 times 10 minus 3, 10 times 7. Similarly, 130 को अपन लिख सकते हैं 13 times 13 minus 3. So that it matches with the general expression, general term of n into n minus 3. So we can see that n should be greater than 10 and it should be less than 13. So n can take 11 and 12, only 2 values. Don't open and get a quadratic and try to solve the inequality. जब भी आपका quadratic already factor form में है, you do hit and trial, put in the values and see the answer. So we can see that n can take only 2 values, which in other way means we can only have 2 such regular polygons. And it doesn't really mean it has to be a regular polygon. कोई भी polygon होगा उसके लिए भी ये true है. Right? Fourth question. The ratio of the length of a rectangle to the diameter of a circle is 6:7. The area of the circle is 646.5 centimeters square. If the breadth of the rectangle is 4 centimeters less than its length, find the area of the rectangle. Now, in the meantime, while you guys check this out, let me see if you guys have some doubts, some questions. No, not yet. Okay. So from here, direct formula based है ना? So if we are talking about a circle which is pi times r square, so we are asked to take pi as 22/7. So pi times radius ka square. So if we take the radius as r square, so this is given as 346.5, right? So from here we will have r square as 22.7 3.14 So 10, 110.25. Now, the value of R will turn out to be 10.5 then, right? है ना? 105 का square is 25 and 10 into 11, 110. That's exactly what we'll get. Now, if radius is 10.5, this will result in diameter as 21. And if the diameter is 21 here, so that would mean the length is going to be 18. And the breadth is going to be 4 centimeter less. So if length is 18, the breadth is going to be 14. So the area of rectangle is going to be 18 into 14. So it should end in 2, right? If you multiply, 2 से end होना चाहिए. Shouldn't solve exactly. 252. Next question. A roller is 10 meter long and its diameter is 1.5 meters. It takes exactly 1400 rotations of the roller to level a road. If the cost of using the roller is rupees 5 per square meter, then find the total cost of leveling the road. Okay. So what happens is a roller actually it looks like this, isn't it? And it rolls. So if we look at it from the side view, we will see that this is just a circle, and when it rolls, of course it rolls without slipping. So when it rolls, it actually covers the circumference of itself, right? So when we are talking about 1400 rotations, we are talking about 1400 times the circumference of the circle, which is going to be 2 pi has to be taken as 22 by 7 and radius is given as 1.5 ka half because the diameter is given 1.5. So this is the length that the roller is going to cover. What is the breadth of the roller? So the breadth of the roller is given as this 10 meters. So this is 10. So what is the area that it will cover? So we will multiply these two. So let's solve this. This is 2, this is 7 and 200. So this will result in 200 into 1.5 is 300. 300 into 10 into 22, right? So this is the area that it covers. But it is given that the roller is charged 5 per square meter. So if we multiply it with the rate at which it is charged, we'll get the total amount spent. So we will get 22 into 5 as 110 or 3 into 11 as 33 followed by 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 zeros. So it turns out to be 3,30,000 rupees, right? So C हो जाएगा answer. Next, find the length of the common chord between two circles intersecting orthogonally. Orthogonally means at 90 degrees. Whose radii are 15 and 20 centimeter. So what it means is if we have a circle and if we have another circle, and if we join the radii here, this is also 90, and if we join the radii here, this is also 90. Okay, so we need to find out the length of this common chord. Now, to us it is given that this radii is 20 and then it is given that this radii is 15. Is it? Length of the common chord between two circles intersecting at 90 degrees. Okay. Well, this is not possible, right? Because it's a right angle triangle. So what do you mean by they intersect at 90 degree? Does it mean some other figure? Orthogonally में तो यही होता है 15 and 20. Which is the other way by which they can intersect at 90 degrees? अगर ये वाला फिगर नहीं है, what else can we have? Well, they can intersect at 90 degrees in one more way. So these are the two circles, and if we draw this particular chord, this radius and this radius, this is 90 degree. This is the second way by which we can say that two circles intersect orthogonally. The previous figure, of course, they can't, because the hypotenuse of two different right angles, two different isosceles right angles are going to be of different hypotenuse, right? This makes sense. If I take this as 20 and if I take this as 15, we are asked to find out the length here. इसकी length हमें चाहिए. Okay, so if you drop a 90 degree, so ये 20 है. Should we use the triplet to make it quicker? So this is 20. So I'll take the triplet 3, 4, 5 ka. So 20 ho gaya. 3, 4, 5 can also give us 12, 16 and 20. Now, this can be 12, this can be 16. So this can be 16, this can be 12. ये दो possibility है, 12, 16, 20, they form a triplet. And if I look at the next one, 15 ka triplet, 3, 4, 5, same logic. So we can have 9, 12 and 15. So this can be 9 or 12 and this can be 12 and 9. Now, since this height is same, so we can't take 9 in one case and 16 in the other, or 9 in one case and 12 in the other, or 16 and 12. दोनों same होने चाहिए ना? So that means they both are going to be 12. Right? So that they both form the triplet 3, 4, 5 का. Overall भी 3, 4, 5 चल रहा है. So we will get this 12. So if we have 12 above, we will have 12 below, so that the length of the chord is 24. So this was one way. Another way is, we know that this is a right angle triangle, right, where the perpendicular sides are 15 and 20. This is in the ratio 3:4, so this should be 25. Now, once that is done, if you remember, the height of the altitude or the length of the altitude in a right angle triangle is given as height into base divided by perpendicular. ये भी आपको दे देगा 12. LB upon H, length, AB upon H, altitude base upon hypotenuse. So this will also give you 12. So either you use the formula or you use the same 3, 4, 5 का triplet. How did I realize कि 3, 4, 5 का triplet होगा? Why not other triplet will work? Because 15 and 20, they are already in the ratio 3:4. Okay? So 24 will be the answer. Next, the length of a rectangular field is 2.5 times of its breadth. If the area of the field is 250, then what is the cost of fencing the field at ₹10 per meter? बहुत ही simple सा है. If we take breadth as equal to 10, so length will be 2.5 times of that. Area will become 250. आपको बहुत ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं करना है. Common sense. 250 includes some number into 2.5 times of that same number. So once we get length and breadth, so when we're talking about fencing, we are actually talking about the perimeter of the field. So perimeter is given as 2 times of length plus breadth. So this is going to give us 70 meters is the perimeter. The 70 meters is the perimeter, and 10 per meter के हिसाब से at that rate, if it has to be fenced, so total cost will turn out to be 700. So I hope who asked that question, वृंदा, आप देख सकते हो कि आपको बहुत ज़्यादा प्रॉपर्टीज की ज़रूरत नहीं है. All you need are formulas, direct results. Yes, Surbi, LBS is a very good institute, very good college for that. Okay, next question. In the given figure, line QS is drawn on PR such that PQ and PS are equal. We need to find out measure of angle RQS. We need to find out this particular angle. If measure of angle PQR minus PRQ is 45 degrees. So if I say that this angle is theta, it is given to us as this angle is this entire angle is PRQ. ठीक है. This is 45 degrees plus theta. Right? Okay, figure is not drawn to scale. From here, what we can do is we can take this angle as x, right? So this angle will be x. So we can say that theta plus x plus 45 plus theta, this is equal to 180, right? PQR पूरे बड़े triangle में ये होगा. Okay. From here, we can say that this is 180 minus 2x, right? And if I say that this angle is alpha, so we will have alpha is equal to 45 plus theta plus 2x minus 180. इसी से आएगा. ठीक है. So we know that 45 plus theta plus 2x minus 180 is equal to, if I take 180 there, so this will give us 2x minus theta. So that, no, not 2x minus theta, simply x minus theta. Because if I rearrange, theta goes to the other side, 45 is already there, 180 goes to the other side. So everything will make sense. So alpha has to be x minus theta. So we need to find out x minus theta ki value, right? So we will have, we can say x is equal to alpha plus theta. वो तो ऐसे भी पता था. PQ is equal to, oh, sorry, it's given PQ is equal to PS and not QS. That's why the entire confusion. Okay, we are given PQ is equal to PS. So that would mean if this angle is X, this angle is X, this angle is theta, and this entire angle is 45 plus theta, right? Let's call this as alpha. So exactly 45. PQR is 45 plus PRQ. Fine. Shall we put the values? Chalo solve karte hain. So let's say this is y. So we can say 2x plus y is equal to 180 degrees. And we can say 45 plus 2 theta, that is sum of the angle at R and Q, plus y, that is also equal to 180 degrees. And if we want to find out the value of alpha, this is 45 plus theta minus x, which is equal to 45 plus. We need to find out the value of theta minus x. Here, obviously, theta minus x is going to be negative. So answer should be less than 45. So from here, what we can do is, if we subtract, ठीक है, इन दोनों को अगर subtract कर देंगे, so 180 cancels out and y cancels out. So we will get 2x minus 45 plus 2 theta. This is equal to 0. Or we can say x minus theta is going to be 45 by 2, which is 22.5. Right? So theta minus x is going to be minus 22.5. So this is going to be 22.5. So we just wrote down whatever was required and we just wrote down what was asked. और हमें बस ये करना था लॉजिक की किसी तरीके से we get the expression that we require. We wanted theta minus x. What is theta? What is x? That was not our concern. We need to find out the difference between those two. So 22.5 is the answer. Okay. Next, the ratio of the height and radius of a cylinder is 4:3. If the volume of the cylinder is 4851 centimeter cube, find the area of the circle whose diameter is equal to height of the cylinder. Very similar logic as the very first question, where we were given the ratio of length, breadth and height of a cuboid. Here we have a cylinder. So let's say height is 4x and the radius is 3x. Now the volume of a cylinder is given as pi r square h, and this is given as 4851. So from here we will be getting x cube as 4851 into 7 divided by 22 into 9 into 4. Okay, so let's simplify this. So first of all, we'll take care of 9. So this goes 9, 5, 45, 9, 3, 27, 5, 39. Now let's take care of this 11. If we take 11, then we'll be left with 2 here, and this is going to be 44, 49. So this will result in x is equal to 7 by 2, right? Now, if x is equal to 7 by 2, the height is going to be 4 times 7 by 2, which will turn out to be 14 centimeter. Now, we need to find out the area of the circle whose diameter is equal to the height of this cylinder. So, this is the diameter of the circle. So, area is given as pi r square. So, diameter is 14, so radius is going to be 7. So, we will have 1, 7 cancel out. 22 into 7 will result in 154. So, D answer ho jayega. Again, very straightforward, formula based. You should be very quick with what is the formula of a cylinder, what is the area, perimeter, circumference, etc. of different shapes. Next question. In an equilateral triangle ABC, we'll remember that this is equilateral. Line AD is drawn perpendicular to BC. Okay. So these two are equal and these two are equal, and this is D. Find the ratio of the perimeter of triangle ABD to the perimeter of equilateral triangle ABC. Very straightforward. All you need is know the lengths. So, isko मैं अगर 2 ले लूं this side, so these are going to be 1 and 1. And the height of an equilateral triangle is given as root 3 by 2 times its side. या फिर अगर आप इस पे ध्यान दोगे, this is going to be 60 degrees. It's a 30, 60, 90 का right angle triangle. Their sides are 1, 2 and root 3. This will also give you the answer. So what is the perimeter of the triangle ABD? This is 3 plus root 3. And what is the perimeter of the equilateral triangle ABC? It's 2, 2, 2, which is 6. So if we take out 3 common, we will have, if we take out root 3 common, option देख के तो ये लग रहा कुछ करना पड़ेगा. So if we take out root 3 common, we'll be left with root 3 plus 1. Answer is definitely not, cannot be determined. And root 6 can be written as root 2 into root 3. Sorry. It can be written as root 12 into root 3, because root 36 लिख सकते हैं, root 3 निकलेगा root 12. So root 3 vanishes. So we can write this as root 3 plus 1 is to root 12 can be written as 2 root 3. So B matches. Now, why did I take out root 3 common? Was in all the 3 options, root 3 plus 1 existed, whether in numerator or denominator. So 3 plus root 3 will become root 3 plus 1 if I take out root 3. That was the reason I did so. नहीं तो ऐसे questions में where a particular expression can be written in a lot of different ways, how to actually write it down, we need to look at the options and decide कि कैसे करना चाहिए. Okay. Next one. Find the difference between the areas of the circumscribed and inscribed circles of a regular hexagon whose sides have a length 18 centimeter. So, if we have a regular hexagon, and if we talk about the inscribed circle, the inscribed circle will have a diameter equal to the smaller diagonal, which is given as, so अगर मैं side को 1 ले लूं तो ये root 3 होता है, ठीक है? So I'm not taking 18 here. Next, if we have the same regular hexagon, and if we look into the circumscribed circle, as in the circle that passes through all the 6 vertices, In such a case, the diameter is nothing but the longer diagonal, which is going to be 2 if this side is again 1 for the regular hexagon. Okay? In other words, root 3 times of this side and 2 times this side. So if we calculate the area of this circle, this is going to be pi into side ka square, right? Minus, if I look into the second one, this is going to be pi into side ka root 3 times by 2. So root 3 times side by 2 ka whole square. Right? Ye delta given hai. This is the difference that is given to us. Sorry, this is the difference we need to calculate. So we can take out pi common. Side is given as 18. So 18 square minus root 3 by 2 ka whole square will become 3 by 4 of 18 square. So we can take out 18 square and we will be left with 1 minus 3 by 4, which is 1 by 4. So 18 में से एक 2 4 से जाएगा, another 2 will take care of another 18. So we'll be left with 9 into 9, so 81 pi. So C gives us the answer. This is the difference. Okay. Next question. The lengths of the perpendicular sides of a right angle triangle is 24 and 32. So this is 24, this is 32, this is 3 into 8. So this is 3 into 8, this is 4 into 8. So this one should be 5 into 8. Triplet. So we're not going to use Pythagoras theorem. So hypotenuse nikal diya. Find the area of the portion outside the right angle triangle but inside the circumcircle. So circumcircle is what we need to draw. So if you draw this, कुछ ऐसा शेप आएगा. And we are asked to find out this particular area. Now from here, as we already have seen that whenever you have a semicircle and if we look at the diameter of the semicircle, it will be the hypotenuse of the right angle triangle, as in the radius is going to be 20. So can we say this particular area is the entire area of the semicircle, which is going to be half of pi r square, right? And from here, we are supposed to subtract the area of this right angle triangle, which is going to be half into base into height. And this will result in that. So, अगर हम लोग इसको solve करेंगे, since we are asked semicircle तो circumcircle, so that means पूरा ही करना है, right? So we need this entire thing. So we don't need half of that. So this is going to give us 400 pi. And the moment we do this, we are pretty much sure which option is the answer. You know? So 24 ka double 48, 96. Sorry, 192, this is 16, right? So 24 into 16, so 24 double 48, 96, 192, 384. Option A. Okay, So tomorrow at 7 p.m., Gautam is going to take at the same time at 7 p.m. a session. He's going to talk about the ultimate SNAP 2023 strategy. So people who are struggling with certain topics or certain part of SNAP, speed nahi hai, accuracy kharab ja rahi hai, what all things should be done. So please make sure that you attend this session where he is going to discuss about the do's and don'ts of SNAP 2023. क्या करना चाहिए, क्या नहीं करना चाहिए, what should be your target score, what should be your target number of attempts. And people who want to appear for other management entrances, including XAT and every other exam except CAT, so you can join our online course that is right now going on. That includes more than 100 live sessions, more than 50 pre-recorded lectures, more than 50 mocks, and 10,000 plus practice questions. So for that, you can check out the description, or you can look at the dashboard of our app. And please do not forget to join us for detailed analysis, the slot-wise analysis of SNAP 2023 on all the 3 days of 10 December, 17 December, and 22nd December. Do not forget to check out our social media handles and pages. That's all from my side. Thank you, everyone. Right now, I'll check out the comments. Neeraj, I just saw that. I mean, I saw that back then. Vrinda, I have already answered. LBS's both are good. ठीक है, दोनों का अपना flagship program है. I mean, if you are given an option, a lot of people will talk about LBS. Reason being, उसका जो return on investment है, as in the ratio of the fees and the salary that you get, it's better than GIM. So people will prefer LBS in that case. Otherwise, colleges, they both are equally good. I think some people will weigh LBS more than GIM. Okay. Chalo, thank you everyone. I'll see you again very soon. By the way, good luck for your SNAP exam. People who are writing SNAP on